Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Podcast. I am your host, Ryan ZR, and I am here joined by my co-host, Harry, and our guest of the day, Nick, also known as Game Not Over. How you guys doing?
Good.
So, this time we're Harry's got some stories, Nick's got some things. I had to ask him what. The thing about this show is you don't have to come on here prepared. I mean, you can if you want to. It's more helpful, but it's literally just come on here and just talk about
Okay.
whatever the hell. It doesn't matter what you talk about. Just it's a very podcast, so you can put a variety of shit. But yeah, also a quick side thing: we are building a Discord server so that you guys have a place to go to, and you can be a guest however many times you want. There's no limit. You can be on the show like 50 times, and it doesn't matter. So. Yeah, and with that being said, let's jump into these guys. So I'll save my shit to the end. Harry or Nick, whichever you guys want to go, you go for it.
Hi.
Okay, so a little while ago, as some people know, the third trailer, I believe, of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has been released, and I'll be honest, from the very first trailer up till now, I have been rather unenthused about how they've approached. There are some things that are good, that are good, but like the starter Pokemon, I am not a fan of their designs. One that looks like a kitten, a duck, and a runt, I would say, like a whatever that like that mini pig is. I could be wrong, but like that's what it looks like. Uh, and normally, when you're playing any Pokemon game, you get the legendary Pokemon, which is the mascot of a certain game at the end. But by the looks of things, you get it right away. Like that just feels so weird for that to even happen. Um,
I'd be putting my 2 cents in, but I know nothing about Pokemon. All I know is that there's a Pokemon with a lightning tail, and there's a dude apparently named Ash that trains him. I know
This is like if I tried
Pokeballs.
some of my RPGs to you. And just be here like, let me talk about rarities, and then we'll move on to class, and just go down the line. You just be like, I don't know what that means.
I mean, Nick, aren't you familiar with Pokemon?
I played Smash Bros, which has some Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
But that's
yeah.
not all I know about Pokemon.
It's okay, so you're pretty much around where I'm at, except a little bit more.
I don't know. I played like some RPGs like Monster Legends or Age of Magic and stuff. So he said legendary, and I was like, oh yeah, legendary, rare, epic, common, uncommon, whatever. But
I think
that's all.
I think off the top of my head, the ones I can name are Pikachu, Squirtle. Um, what's the one that looks like a dinosaur?
Charizard.
Charizard, and then I think that's it.
I could probably do Pikachu, Squirtle, Charizard, Ivysaur.
Oh
Is
yeah,
Mewtwo-
Ivysaur. That's right. I know. Yeah.
Bulbasaur.
Oh
Is
yeah,
Mewtwo
Bulbasaur. Yeah.
is Mewtwo a Pokemon?
Yep. I'm Mew. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I remember
Mewtwo,
that. Yeah.
is Lucario a Pokemon?
Yep. And he's also my favorite because
Oh,
it's a bipedal dog Pokemon.
and dog. I'm trying to. I think that's
Anyway,
the only
it,
ones I know off the top of my head.
it's funny though because before 2014 I was not a fan of Pokemon at all. But then after like playing a few sessions of Super Smash with Pokemon characters, like they're actually cool. I might actually give it a go. And I fucking love it already.
Dude, super. Wait, do you have Ultimate or do you just have the regular?
Ultimate.
Oh, dude. Wait, that's the one that has Minecraft Steve, right?
Yep.
Oh, dude, I kick ass with that character in that game.
Well, why
Like,
would you
dude,
get a Switch then?
because they're freaking expensive.
Are you talking
No.
about
You're
Smash
not
Bros?
playing on the computer.
What? No. Shit, man. Computers are the one I have right now. I think cost me around like $1,200.
Yeah, and Switch is 350. Or no, even the cheapest is 230.
Still, for me, that's a bit much because the bills I have to pay and shit. But yeah,
a PC to
adulting.
Ryan, you are so weird.
Mm,
You're so weird.
The hell are you talking about? What?
So
Adult.
you're saying that a Switch is more expensive than a PC.
No, I'm
You
not
you
saying that
said
at all.
you said that it's a bit too expensive for you.
Dude, when I got this computer, I didn't have a car, so I didn't have a car. I didn't have a car to pay for. I didn't have car insurance to pay for it. My bills were the very minimum, to where I can actually like afford shit. But now that I
The
have a
very
car and car insurance,
uh,
I'm like sitting on my money,
and the very bare minimum cheapest is 230 or 250
which is about what I'm paying for rent right now.
per month.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could try save them, but anyway.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, okay. Although I went to Walmart, like I think it was yesterday or something, with my sister, and there was uh that electronics area. That's what I'm trying to say. That fuck me, I can't. That electronics
Sorry.
area with like the games and shit, and they had a case that had like quite a few boxes actually of the Nintendo Switch. It was the Mario Kart bundle, and it was $90. I was super tempted to do that, but I didn't because I'm an idiot.
I have no idea how much my Switch cost. It cost. I got it for Christmas.
what's the model? What does it look like? Does it
It
have
looks like
detachable
it's
Joy-Cons?
yes. It has that.
Okay,
It has
okay,
like
well
a
then,
little controller
okay,
you can put them in. It got all kinds of
okay,
stuff.
well then it's 330. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I think we got it off Amazon.
Harry's got to be the most knowledgeable person when it comes to anything tech wise in this group. Like, I mean, I know shit, but not nearly as much as he does.
Anyway,
I don't know. I don't know a lot of technical stuff, but for some reason, people in my neighborhood still always come for me for
It's
tech to
because of
me.
your age, dude. It's because of your age.
Yeah, they're always like, "Oh, you have you're younger than me. Come help me."
What year were you born in?
2000.
Oh my god, you're older than me by a year.
same.
So wait, well, you're 22 now?
No,
Yep.
no. Oh, he is. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Harry and I are both 21.
Oh, wow! I'm the oldest person in this call.
By a year, don't
Yeah, I'm the older one. I can tell you all what to do. You have to
Nah.
listen to me, I'm the eldest.
Okay, Dad.
Yeah. Uh,
I feel like I look like I'm the youngest too.
Dude, for some
Sounds like
reason, I wish Walt was in this call right now. But Walt and I, when we were talking to you, like when we first met you on our failed morning podcast thing,
yeah.
and you were in the call, him and I were DMing each other like, how old is this dude? He sounds like he's like 80.
80?
Yeah, we thought you were some old dude.
I thought you thought I was really young.
No, dude. I was like, we're both are like, why does he sound like he's an old dude? And I'm like, I didn't know my demographic was that old.
I want some. When I was 15, somebody told me I was like an old man with brittle bones for some reason. Uh, I think that's because I was climbing down a mountain and I was huffing and puffing a lot.
Well, don't feel bad because people tell me I look much older than 21 too, and I'm like, is it because of the beard? And they say yes, it's because of the beard.
Most people that say I look younger than I am. They always
Like,
think I'm like
I
15 or something.
I got away with getting a rated 18 game because I had a big beard, and I was like 15. I was 15 sometimes.
you're fit. Oh my god! Wow, man, I had a little more than peach fuzz when I was like 16.
I got a razor in the mail from like Gillette or something when I turned 18, and I was just like, well, not going to be using this for a while. Just gave it to someone else, like my dad or something. I was like, here you go.
Have you
I
tried
don't
growing a
need.
beard or anything?
Yeah. I mean, I just shaved like a few days ago, and it's already coming back, but
How much did you
not very
shave?
much.
How
What'd you
many?
say?
How much did you shave?
How much?
Yeah.
Like how many times?
Well,
I don't
no,
know.
How much hair could you shave off?
yeah, like
Oh, there
just
wasn't that much. It was maybe like that long.
I swear, Nick is the only babyface person I know. Like Isaiah, even he. What Nick? You've met Isaiah, right?
Phases.
Yeah, Zaydid.
Yeah, I know who he is. I don't know if I've ever met him before.
Oh, well,
He says this will be good when I get older, though, because everyone else will be hobbling around on a crutch, and I'll just be like, "Yeah, I look young." When I'm 80 or something, I'll look like I'm 50. Oh, stretch, pain.
pain.
Well, I know you said that it's better to be prepared, but you don't have to be for this. I feel
Right.
like I'm the definition of unprepared. I was just gonna get on here and like describe my day. Well, I got up, I ate breakfast, I went out and tried to bring the trash in because it was the day they pick it up, and I stepped in a nest of fire ants, and now my foot is on fire. Second time in 2 weeks too, and it was a different foot. But oh well. And then you called me, and that's pretty much it. That's the only part I remember. Then it rained. That's my day.
Yeah. And
Right now, there's a little thing bouncing on my screen, and I don't know how to make it shut up.
and when I called you about the podcast, you were like getting attacked by fire ants.
Yeah, I was, because I was trying to stay away from them, but I guess because of the rain, they were all spread out. And I'm like, yeah, hey man, how's it going? Ow, 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 frick, shoot, get off, get off, get off. Stupid things. I was freaking out. That's gonna hurt for a while.
Imagine if ants were Pokemon.
If ants were Pokemon. I used to want to be an entomologist and study insects for a living when I was a kid, but then I grew up and realized that I actually hate insects, so that didn't work out.
Um. Anyway, so I showed Ryan a character design from the game. You remember the one
Pokemon
I
Go.
showed you? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Had
controversial.
Grosha is the name. Has feminine not characteristics. Appearance has a very feminine
Features?
appearance. Feminine features, but is actually a man or male.
Hmm.
Like I swear, like that is probably the most questionable
I mean,
character
I
design that Pokemon's ever made.
I think I understand what they're doing, but they're kind of taking I don't want to say offensive because well, I don't know. People get offended about all kinds of shit nowadays, so I wouldn't put it past them, but um I mean, when you first showed it to me and you asked me, okay, does this look like a man or woman? Immediately, like the wardrobe itself and the hair and the eyes, literally everything to me looked like it was super feminine. So I thought, okay, this is a girl, and you're like, guess what? It's a guy. I'm like, huh? I tried like reanalyzing the thing. I'm like, there is no way that's a woman or a man. I mean, I'm drinking, guys, by the way. So, uh, just for all the listeners, so that you know, man, no, I'm like that thing. It looks feminine. There's no way that's a guy. But then again, there's also transvestites out there. There's these drag queens or whatever that are guys dressed up as women. But you do you. Whatever you feel comfortable in, whatever whatever makes you happy, live with it.
I've noticed
Um,
some similar things in some of the games I've played too. One of my RPGs, it's called Monster Legends. I used to play it a ton back in like 2016, 17, 18. I haven't played it so much in recent times. But there was one character called the Baroness who I'm pretty sure they had a beard, or at least it looked like a beard, but it was supposed to be a girl. And I was like, huh? I was just kind of confused. And I'm like, maybe because it's supposed to be like they live in the post-apocalyptic radioactive wasteland or something. I don't know. Is that what happened due to radiation? I don't know. I was confused.
No one knows.
I feel like I'm definitely offending
I mean,
somebody by
was it
talking.
Was it a beard or was it like? Oh, hold on. Okay, when you looked at it, was it like a pixel art thing or was it like drawn out?
No, it's
Okay.
not pixel art.
Oh,
It's
okay, come
definitely
on here.
drawn out. I couldn't. It's hard to tell. I was looking at it on my phone, so maybe I was seeing like the gas mask or something and thought it was a beard. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, my guess could be like because women's hair, like sometimes I've seen women that have like really thick hair and they have it like laying on their shoulders or whatever that also, cover this part. So like I thought, okay, well maybe it was just covering a whole lot of their front chest
I don't know. I was
and
like,
looked like a beard. I don't know.
I thought it looked like a Viking. I don't know.
A Viking. Well, they got horns coming out.
Didn't look like a girl to me, but what do I know?
The only good character design is the manga who you can definitely confirm that it's female, not fucking
I mean, I thought you could
no
really.
confusion.
I
Oh,
thought you could really
Gardevoir. That's
confirm.
another Pokemon I know.
Oh, God of War.
Yeah,
That
that's the
sounds
only one.
so familiar.
I've seen some questionable things.
Hmm.
That's all this
A-
freaking world is nowadays.
Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, so
seriously.
I still have mixed opinions about, but hopefully the next few trailers they bring out, maybe I might change my mind, but somehow I can see it happen.
So,
Because again, if you've watched a Nintendo trailer, you'll know that they're infamous to say, "Oh, this is only concept. The final, the fucking concept or art isn't final." Yet every time they release it the way they've shown it, and it pisses me off. Like they've done that with Pokemon Sword and Shield and fucking what is it? Pokemon Arceus Legends, which I'm sure you've heard of, right? Arceus
yeah,
Legends. Yeah. So yeah, and that video also announced a bunch of other Pokemon games, but that was
uh,
and speaking of tech, as you guys will know, I have a new job starting next week.
Yep.
Um,
Super happy about that,
unless
by the way.
unless if Nick doesn't know, basically, I my dad is friends with a guy who runs an AV company or audiovisual company.
Hmm.
cool.
And basically what and this is a reason why I need to pass my test. Basically, let's say there is a conference, concert, or any event going on at a venue of some sort. I basically drive down and like set up all speakers, TVs, microphones, and because like my dad thinks I'm very tech savvy, which as you guys know that I am.
Oh
So
Yeah,
yeah, very. And
well,
I mentioned that earlier in this podcast too.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I'm not like full time yet. I'm in 3 months probation, but I still really want to like be part of it full time.
yeah,
I'm in 3 months probation, and I get paid by cash anyway every week. So
yeah.
I
That's
get paid
good.
That's
for
nice.
learning,
Figure.
and and yeah, that's I recently just received an email from Steam saying that they have a reservation for the Steam Deck, which is basically a Switch, but it's for Steam games. Well,
Sounds fun.
I can't afford it right now. And I have 2 games left to buy it.
Yeah,
Oh,
uh,
no,
sure. I can wait. I can wait another time.
spent his money buying a new Steam VR, and is gonna be getting a new car soon too.
Oh yeah, no, it's fucking your head's all over the place when it comes to money.
Oh yeah, because you're tempted to
Uh,
buy shit, but you have things you're trying to save up for. So it's like, no, afterwards.
I know that feel.
Oh yeah.
uh, there's since we're on the topic of like games and gaming and stuff, there's
Yeah.
a game I'm looking forward to called Them's Fightin' Herds, which is coming out. I think it's coming out on Switch on September 30th. Hmm. I it's been out on like PC or something, or I don't know if it's PC. It's on Steam for a long time, but I am very much looking forward to it. It was originally supposed to be another My Little Pony game, but it
Fucking My Little
they
Pony. I'm not making fun of him, guys. It's just I'll let Nick explain why that's so hilarious later on when he's done telling his story. Go for it.
okay. I'm not even sure I know, but we'll find out.
No, you know. I'll make some little hints. You'll know.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. Well, it was supposed to be a My Little Pony game, but the Hasbro, who owns MLP, was like, "Hey, you can't do that. We own MLP. Shut it down now." So they shut it down. But then the creator of My Little Pony was like, "No, wait, I like that idea." And she ended up writing them a new story and coming up with new characters, and they just made it their own thing. So it was like My Little Pony, but it's fighting, so all the characters are beating each other up and stuff.
That
and
sounds like Pokemon. Creatures beating up each
uh,
other.
maybe. So coming out on Switch September 30th, and I'm going to try to hopefully get it. Maybe it'll be on sale or something. And now I guess I'll explain why it's funny. I'm not entirely sure, other than the obvious.
Well, here's the biggest hint.
First of
My
all,
story.
first of all, you have an obsession with this. That's the first thing.
Well, Brony does. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
Like, talk about the times like you and I, how we've been in phone calls before discussing things for the
oh
story.
yes. Well, you are writing a story with
You can
me,
tell.
and
Okay, so here you can talk about the story because here everything is disconnected from my channel.
okay, obviously not everything. Let me tell you what happens in season 10. No, I'm kidding.
You guys don't. No, even I don't know what the hell's going on in season 10. That's a lie.
I don't even know. Is there a season 10? Yeah, there is. Theoretically. Anyway.
that would be the finale. But anyway,
Exactly. But yes, in your story, you're always telling me like these ideas. Oh, let me tell you about. I have this idea for like multiple dimensions, different futures, or something like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was the season 5 finale of MLP or something. Let me tell you about this creator and the evil shadow dude. I'm like, oh yeah, that's an MLP too. I'm just telling you everything.
and guys, okay, I'm gonna clarify right now. I don't watch My Little Pony. I don't watch anything to do with MLP at all. I haven't watched that shit. Oh god, in years. I probably was like before kindergarten is when I first saw my first thing. So yeah, I don't watch that stuff at all. So the fact that he was telling me that I was doing things that are like that, I was like, wait, what? I'm like indirectly copying a. I almost said children's show, but I don't. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to say. Like the first 3
is.
seasons were like they were good. They were fine, but you could still tell it was a kids show. Season 4 a little bit more, and then season 5 came out, and they had a whole episode about freaking like communism and stuff. And it was I was like, what the? This is supposed to be a kids show? Excuse me.
So what I'm hearing is they're evolving with their audience at the time. Like they're kind of growing with them.
Yes, they did. Once
Okay.
they realized like who was watching and stuff, they started like really going off and just making like these absolutely crazy things. They had an episode called Slice of Life that was, if you want to know what feel like being on drugs feels like, watch that episode. It was just like they had a dubstep violin remix playing while someone was contemplating the universe in the background, and it was just like so strange. But yes, they definitely grew with their audience. And if you were saying you watched it like before kindergarten, if you watched it before kindergarten, then you probably didn't even see the one I'm talking about, because this is the 4th generation that
Oh
everyone's.
yeah, no. Whatever I saw was like huge eyes, like starry.
I think that's Generation 3. No, that's just like a nightmare fuel. I hate that.
like, and everything was all super cute and fun and joyous, and they were living in this pet store and all that shit, I think.
They literally had an episode in the one I'm talking about making fun of all that and describing what you're talking about as being a nightmare.
Well, shit,
So
okay.
yeah, they also had like a very epic. I've been told I haven't. I'm not super. I'm not as much of a Marvel fanatic as you are. No offense, but I am told that the ending of season 9 was very much reminiscent of Avengers Endgame. So, from what I've seen from that, it's definitely got its share of
So
epicness.
they are really trying to keep with their audience, then, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, they range from complete wild acid trip episodes that just make you bust out laughing to just pure epicness. They made a pony version of Venom for one of the
Oh
episodes,
shit!
so it was so fun too. Uh,
I still
just oh,
haven't seen that movie yet.
I the first time I
Yeah,
remember
because it's not
was
part of the MCU.
yeah.
It technically is canon to the MCU now. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like, what watch more films because some of them aren't in the MCU. Like, that's a pathetic excuse, in my opinion, not to watch
I
them.
saw the post-credit scene to it. I know that he's in there.
Deadpool? Hmm? Deadpool?
Fuck
Hmm?
off, you fucking
Huh?
asshole!
Deadpool?
Fuck you!
Deadpool? Why have you seen that yet? Why have you seen that yet, huh?
Fuck you!
Why have you seen Deadpool yet? That's part of Marvel.
You and everybody else are a jackass. You know that.
Ryan Deadpool.
I'm being serious here. Why? Like,
I don't know. It's on Disney Plus now, and I have that streaming service. So,
wait, it's
fuck.
not on Disney Plus.
No, it is on there
Oh,
now.
it is.
Yeah,
It is. Okay. Well, now you can watch
that
it.
and Daredevil, I guess now.
Well, now you can watch it. Oh no, wait, let me
Uh,
guess. You're not gonna watch it because it's not part of the MCU. Okay, fine.
Jackass.
If you're just tuning in now, welcome to the
If you got
Twitcher
what your
Ryan
excuse was.
podcast.
If you got what your excuse was.
Yes.
Yeah, so why my jackass for pointing out the facts?
This is fun.
I'm all about the storyline and the timeline and everything. It doesn't fall in.
Fucking
Fuck you.
Fucking rhyme, like, can you just disconnect yourself from storyline and just enjoy an actual film, even if it's not part of a story?
Because you know me, I'm very story oriented. I mean,
Yeah.
clearly I am. I'm telling this 14-year long or no, 16-year long story. Oh god, I just
Just give it an exception, like disconnect from the whole thing and just actually watch it. Because actually
dude,
is
as a
really good.
fan, I can't. I literally cannot.
No, I'm sorry, you're fucking bullshitting me now, you really are. Because
Okay.
now it's gotten frustratingly annoying that you're literally refusing to watch the film because it's not part of a storyline.
It's an alternate universe
Hey,
storyline.
Deadpool 3 is in production or the writing, whatever the hell they're in now.
Oh, let me guess, you're not gonna watch that one either.
No, because that one's part of that's part of like phase 6 or some shit or phase 7. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna skip 1 and 2 and watch 3.
Part.
What the actual fuck? Like, you're not gonna have a single clue of what went on before then.
I'll watch it. God damn it! Shut up. Hey, I watched Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I watched Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and that was before the MCU even came about.
That's not. You sound like me actually. Back when I first watched MLP, because I didn't know that there was a continuing storyline.
See,
okay.
Wait, hold on.
So,
To those of you listening to this, that's exactly what I mean. Anytime I make a reference to something, Nick always has a follow-up that has something to do with fucking MLP. This is how it's been every time I've talked to him. No, it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. I'm just telling them. Like, every time I have talked to you about something either random or something that has to do with my story that I'm telling over on my Ryan Redpool channel, by the way, subscribe. He always is like, oh hey, that has a connection to MLP. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I sent you a song that was based on it from P&D, and you basically said that it described your entire storyline.
Because it did. You explained it, and I'm like, holy shit, that's right. That's everything is on point.
Yeah. So you've literally just been writing ponies for the past 10 years or whatever. But I'm sorry, I have a very narrow interest pool or whatever. But you're seriously, that's what you're saying with following the story. That's literally what happened to me when I first started watching it, because I didn't know that there was a continuing storyline, and I'm just like watching all the finales and stuff going in a line, and I'm like, wait a minute, didn't that dude just try to kill everyone in the last season? Why is he now over here on the good side? What just happened? Didn't that dude die? Why is he alive now? I didn't watch any of the stuff in between, and I didn't know what the heck was happening.
And another crazy thing is, anytime I tell Nick an idea that I'm coming up with for my story, he's like, "Oh, hey, I think I wrote about that once."
Exactly. Well, if it makes you feel any better, what's happening to you with me also happened to me. Because part of the reason I got into ponies in the first place is because I forget how it even happened, but like one of their episodes, I saw like artwork of one of the characters online. I'm like, yo, that thing looks cool. How does that fit in some boring girly crap like My Little Pony? So I went and watched it, and it blew my mind. But the thing was, the episode that I watched bore a striking resemblance to a short story that I had written a couple weeks earlier. And I was like, what? Someone just took my idea and completely wrote it and made it into this episode. So that happens to me too. So you and I are on the same wavelength, and I'm
We
just telling
are,
you,
and I've told you that before. I'm like,
yes.
it was what, something like to do with this new villain that I will not say yet, but like this new villain I'm writing for the final MUS film that wraps everything together.
Oh yeah, that
And
one.
yeah, and I was telling you about it, and you're like, "Oh, hey, I wrote something that has to do with that kind of thing too." I'm like, "What the shit?" But it's cool though, because, and I'll tell you why. It's because like if you already wrote something that's very very similar to that shit, then I found that as like, okay, well, that's kind of how Nick became my co-writer, my like, helping me with writing shit, because he kind of knows the story already, because the thing is, I haven't written any of my shit according to what he's already done. Him and I already have the same concept of what the story's already going to be. It's fucking Harry. I see Harry's webcam, and I'm trying so hard not to laugh. But yeah, no, like everything I've already talked about to him, and I've told him everything the story's about. Fuck you, Harry. Walt is basically, or Walt, fucking all. Nick has. Nick has.
Man, I remind you of Walt. Oh man, I don't
No!
like cheese that much. Come on.
No, it's because.
It's Nick, not Mickey.
Oh, Nick. Or fucking Walt. God damn it. Walt, I hope you listen to this. But yeah, anyway, to wrap this part up, I guess, because now Harry's getting all antsy about it. Uh, I was gonna say, like, Harry, or fuck me, I can't think. I've been drinking. um, yeah. So anyway, the moral of the whole thing is Nick understands my story, so that's why I'm really glad to have him on the team, because like he's been able to help me with ideas and all that, and like take ideas and inspiration from his shit to help me out with mine. So I owe him a huge thanks for that.
You're welcome, and thank you. And hey, here's the good thing: the fact that all of your stories are either in my stories or in ponies. Now you got me laughing. The fact that that's a thing. If you ever looked at the official MLP channel, it's got like 4 billion views on it. So maybe your story will go like 4 billion views too.
I wish you guys could see this shit.
You have good taste in your stories, I guess.
What
Oh boy,
what
man,
what
this
do you go
podcast is going great.
what do you
Uh,
go of what do you go of Doctor Strange the sequel?
I haven't seen it or
the
the
first
first
time
one.
I watched it, it was okay, but I watched it
Yeah.
again like a couple of times, and I thought it was pretty good.
I think the only reason it's decent is because of Sam Raimi.
Like, dude, okay, for those of you that haven't seen Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, and you have Disney Plus and you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing? Just go watch the damn thing. It's 2 hours.
I thought Scarlet Witch's goal was entirely pointless. Like causing a mass genocide and killing a whole village just so she could be with her kids again. Instead
I
of,
mean,
maybe drinking alcohol and suppressing her depression. That's an alternative.
no, that's Tony Stark.
Okay, well maybe Scarlet Witch should just follow Tony Stark's footsteps.
Because
Oh,
I
oh wait,
mean,
that's right. Oh
in
wait, that's right. He died from.
yeah, fucking hell. I mean, still, I watched Endgame not too long ago again, and I still cry at that fucking scene where he snaps his fingers and dies.
The
It's
only
such an
scene,
emotional scene, dude.
For a
it's
Marvel
like the only
fanatic,
scene that
unfortunately.
I've seen.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like we all like who doesn't love Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man? I mean,
Well,
he perfectly embodies the character.
I do like Robert Downey Jr., but you know, as I said before, Marvel, like almost everything else, is Brendan's entertainment, not an argument. Okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Star Wars, like DC, like everything else, it's all Brendan's entertainment.
Although, okay, I should say this because I went to go see when I went to go see Multiverse of Madness and the new Jurassic World Dominion film.
That
Like
was okay.
they did previews for the DC movie Black Adam. I gotta say, after watching that, like, okay, I get it. You know, these characters are based off comics. I understand that. However, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, so it's basically Superman, just a little more stronger and immortal. Because like they literally they blew up a bomb in his hand and he was not phased. I mean, I
What?
get Superman could do that too, but barely.
The new Batman film was good.
I still haven't watched that, and I refuse to.
Very shit excuse not to watch it.
I mean, okay, and first off, it has nothing. My reason for not watching it is it's not because Robert Pattinson is in there. It's not. Although seriously, and I will stand by this. I made a post about this before on Facebook as well.
All
If
girls like Robert Pattinson.
yeah, seriously though, that is like their main demographic. But like Robert Pattinson, okay, like Nick, you know about Robert Pattinson, I would assume, right?
Never heard of him.
You never heard of Robert Pattinson?
No.
Really? Wow. You ever heard of the Twilight movies?
I heard of Twilight, but I didn't know it was a movie till you just said it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hi, feel free
Fuck.
to make a joke about, oh, did you grow up under a rock? I've heard that before.
No, I won't make that. I'll think it, but I won't say it. But yeah,
Uh,
no, like, oh wow.
I always see people say, oh, such and such still a better love story than Twilight, and I'm like, was it really bad or something? I don't know.
I
I thought it
guess
was a book or something.
basically really briefly summarize Twilight, it's just a vampire dude and some dude that can morph into a werewolf at any point, and there's this human girl that they both have a crush on, but ultimately she ends up with the vampire, and they're just kind of both battling it out pretty much to get with this one woman.
This sounds like a
So
stereotypical teen romance novel.
it pretty much is just put into cinematic. I mean,
Or maybe
but
like one of those weird webcomics that I get ads for on YouTube.
But yeah, no. So anyway, the whole thing is like Robert Pattinson played the vampire in that ended up getting with the human girl. That are also like since they became a thing and they kissed or whatever. I forget. Something happened. I don't know. Maybe it was something in Bloodstream. I think I remember that scene. I don't know. But anyway, she ended up becoming a vampire because of that whatever happened, and they ended up having a kid in the movie.
Okay.
I want to say there's like what 3 or 4 Twilight movies, something like that. And so anyway, Robert Pattinson he played a vampire in that, and he also played the Batman. So people have been making jokes like, "Oh, I guess vampires do turn into bats."
See,
Yeah, but yeah, no, and okay, and because like the reason that Robert Pattinson is very liked by the female community is because, well, stereotypically, and they've even admitted it, so I'm not speaking out of turn here, viewers or listeners, whatever the hell you are. Uh, I'm just saying the reason they do so fucking well, and the only demographic that you hear talking about Robert Pattinson are the females or the gay guys. I am being serious. I'm not being offensive. I'm being realistic. I'm being fucking honest. Like if you are
on this
offended,
part,
it's because
yes.
if you're offended, you also like him. So um so I'm okay, I've been drinking, so I'm very honest right now. So um but
This
yeah,
is me
no,
when I don't sleep at night.
but yeah, no. So like, the thing is though, because females are so into Robert Pattinson because he's got like rock hard abs and nice looking face. I mean, the dude, he's a good looking guy. I will say that he is a good dude. Personally, he's a great guy. I think he's a nice guy. I'm not trying to talk like Trump here, but um. But yeah, no, he's a great guy. He's the best guy. No, okay, no, I'm gonna stop because I'll hate myself.
Oh, you have.
But yeah, no, like I I don't know, just something about Robert Pattinson, like eh, because I know, like, okay, he's a good actor. I've seen his other movies. He's a good actor. I won't discount him for that. But I don't know. Something about that Batman film. It doesn't appeal to me. No, this is exactly why. Actually, now I just thought of it. DC. Okay, think about it. Marvel. They've only had to replace a couple of characters. Rhodey and Bruce Banner. That's it. They haven't had to replace any fucking person other than that. Because, like, think of it. DC. How many times have they rebooted Superman? How many times have they rebooted Batman? Aquaman. I mean, come on. Countless fucking reboots. And they already did the Justice League with
But
Jason
I
Momoa, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck. I forgot the dude that plays the Flash, but him.
but but
Yeah, go ahead.
but as I told you, the Batman went a completely different direction with Batman's character.
No, I get that, and they also it went in a different direction. No, okay, I haven't seen Walking Phoenix's Joker, but I've heard really good things about it, so I might check that out actually.
Because it actually is really good.
Mm-hmm. Like I've been told that they've reinvented the character entirely with that,
Yeah.
so I'm always down for new shit. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't know. Nick, you got anything else?
Allergies suck.
Wait, what?
It was the first thing that popped into my mind. Sorry.
Well, no, I barely heard the first word. What?
Oh, I said allergies suck.
Oh, well, yeah.
What do you think I said?
I don't know. You're
OMG suck.
yeah.
I think that OMG suck.
Oh, it was different for me. This is just how my mind works, I guess, because like you cut out when you were saying it, so I literally thought you said orgies suck.
You have been drinking. Wow. To hear that.
No, that's what you sounded like.
Oh boy.
Well, that's what Discord made you sound like anyway.
Oh, I don't even. Wow, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Man, what a podcast! What the? I'm seeing messages now pop up at the top right of my screen from a certain H dog. what, what, wait. Oh, I thought that was in this channel. Oh, whoops.
It's
Sorry.
getting cold. It's getting cold.
Oh,
Oh my
well,
god, what the hell is
You,
this podcast turned into?
varied indeed. We went from alcohol to My Little Pony to whatever the heck Ryan just said.
Orgies.
Oh, pain.
There's off my second
I
mic.
know, I
Damn,
know,
these things are good.
I know,
Second,
Oh yeah.
no
I,
wonder you're coming up with stuff like that.
They're 5%.
5%.
it would make more sense if a film made me cry, but I never thought a video game would make me cry. The
uh,
game I told you about a little while ago.
oh, Valiant Hearts, yeah.
Yeah.
I look at it.
I,
I
I,
gotta.
I, I forgot how much it is. I think it's 12 or $15.
Is it on Switch?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
to
on
go look at
Switch. It's on Switch, PC, Xbox, PlayStation.
it. Yeah, I have to
I,
fix my Switch. I don't know what the
I,
heck is happening. Oh, sorry. What are you saying?
well, just reset your Switch. It'll be fun.
I did do that. There's something. It's only with one of my games. With my so figured since we are still here, might as well talk. Probably one of my favorite games is or series of games is the Ori games, and the first game I've never had any glitches with until recently, and now every time I try to save my game on the first one, it crashes. And if you've ever played that game, you will know that there are very, very few autosave portion parts in the first game, and saving is extremely important. So having a crash every time I try to save is very bad.
Yeah, if it's a very RAM intensive or if it's a very RAM or graphic intensive game, then yeah, it's gonna crash because like South Park, Fracture Butthole, like that's pretty. I mean, it uses a lot of processing power, so like that's why it crashes like very rarely. But
Yeah.
Hence why we
It's-
call him the technological person.
and
yeah.
and I remember you showing me like all the countless videos and photos you took of Ori.
Oh right. I
Which was
deleted most
why
of those.
which was why most of your storage was being taken up.
Yeah, well, I got
Uh,
one of the little chip things for it now, and now I got like 400
S,
something.
uh,
Chip thing, like SDs or
SD card, yeah.
Yeah, I got an SD card because I was out of space, and now I got like 400 gigabytes or whatever.
Yeah, that makes it better.
Yeah, it's still. I don't know. I deleted and re-downloaded it, so hopefully that fixes it. It's strange too because like I said, I've never really had any glitches with it, and it's not a very long game. Yeah, I've beaten it in like 3 hours. It's not very difficult or long. The second one is a lot longer, and I've never had any trouble with that one. So
Maybe it's on the developers and
yeah, I looked it up. Nobody's seems to have had this problem before, or if they did, it was from a problem that was fixed years ago. So I don't know what
yeah.
that is. It didn't start happening until I started attempting the one life mode, where you only have one life to beat the game.
Uh, a game I've been playing on my Switch a lot recently is called Pokken Tournament. If you can guess what it's about.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'd probably guess Pokemon. It could be wrong.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
It's basically Tekken Tournament with Pokemon.
Hmm. Sounds
It's very good.
très intéressant. Uh,
uh,
Actually, it goes like Pokemon Combat better, in my opinion. Like, it's not turn-based, it's,
Yeah.
You move around the boat and all.
Yeah. I just have a bunch of like random games on the Switch, mostly thanks to Harry giving me gift cards and making me feel happy and sad at the same time because I feel like I'm a terrible friend because he's like, "Oh, hey man, heard you've been feeling down. Here's $50 for Switch," and I'm like, "I don't deserve this."
Harry's just a really kind-hearted dude. And, I don't mention this enough. And like Harry, I mean, not to like get all corny with this shit, but like you are a really good dude.
I second this notion.
Like seriously, like Harry's got to be one of the most generous friends that I met online. I mean, like Nick, you are, but like Harry. Well, no,
Nick,
okay,
you are, but you're not important. Never
no,
mind. Next.
no, that's not what I mean. But I mean,
I
okay,
know
no, actually, both of you are really awesome. I
it's
gotta,
like
yeah, go ahead.
once you say yeah, sorry, it's like once you say, "Oh, you're generous," and it's like, "Oh, the other person hears it, it's like, oh shit,
I know,
okay."
but see, okay, I'm almost drunk, so my brain isn't thinking right now.
Almost.
No, I'm very buzzed right now. I'm very buzzed. But no, like Harry specifically, like I just want to talk about this dude really quick, like, and very genuinely, seriously, Harry has been there to talk literally anytime, even on his breaks at work or whatever the hell. This dude has been there, and I cannot even express how fucking appreciative I am of this dude. I mean, he's on the other side of the world. He's 8 hours ahead of me, and still the dude talks to me even when I'm going through some shit. Like, huge thanks to him. Just a huge bro. Love you, man. Seriously, you're seriously my brother from another mother. I'm just gonna use that phrase.
Harry is a fun guy, and not in the mushroom sense, but like an actual good person and a good friend, and one of my best friends. The other one is also in this call, so
Yeah, no, and
I'll
Nick,
just say it
like,
myself. No, I'm kidding.
Nick, I'm gonna compliment you too, dude, because, like, I mean, as a fellow storyteller, you've also been there to help me out. Like, anytime I've asked your opinion or something, you would jump on a call with me, and we would look at scripts and whatever, and like because we have the same story ideas, you would share your stuff, and I'd be like, oh hey, that works, and just Nick is also a really great dude. Like, I mean, I'm accepting of everybody. I don't give a shit what your religion is. I don't care if you like the same gender or whatever. I don't give a shit about anything that you are tethered to or whatever the hell. Whatever sexual relation you are interested in or whatever religion you belong to or whatever, I don't care. It's the person that I like. If I get along with you, that's all I get. That's all I care about. I don't care what you look like. I don't care anything to do about you. Just you. And I feel like that's what the world really needs.
I agree with that 100%. My mother always taught me,
Yeah.
she said it's because of our differences that we have so much to share.
Exactly. Yes, I
firmly
highly
believe
agree
in
with
that.
that.
And I really love, like you said, we have very different viewpoints on things, but you and I can get along together, everyone in this whole group here. And that's what I really love. And it made me feel. I remember when I first joined this group, it just made me, I just felt really welcomed, and I wasn't
Mhm.
expecting to
Oh
either. I
yeah.
was really nervous, especially since I got on and I was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Christian and I love Trump," and you were just like the polar opposite. But I was thinking about it earlier today. I was saying, like, it's so cool that even though we have so many different ideas and stuff, we can still get along, and that's how it really should be. In a time when you look
Yeah.
around the world and everybody's just like, "Oh, if you voted for this person, f you," or if you
Yeah.
do this, what's wrong with you?
I
I'm just
mean,
like, why can't we all just get along?
right, and I mean, like you said there, like I mean, that is the definition of judging the book by the cover, which you should never do. Because okay,
Exactly.
like I get it. Whenever you meet somebody, especially like if you're in my boat, like where I am right now, looking for a relationship, which I never thought I'd really look for, but never say never. But like I'm looking right now for a relationship because like I've been looking forever. I'll be honest. I've been looking for like a good month or so. It feels like forever to me because time is an illusion.
I was gonna
Um,
say forever
yeah,
a
no,
month.
it feels like forever because time is an illusion, and I stand by that. Um, I should have like a podcast where I just like a podcast episode where I just open up about my worldviews. Like, dude, I could talk forever about that shit. Because like it's the world itself, and I won't get into it right now because we're almost about to wrap up here. But um, like the world, if you really zoom out, you can and see. I hold on. Okay, this idea just popped in my head. Like that I was about to talk about. Nick, you and I have talked about this before, and I've told you, and you agreed too when I said like the world is a canvas. It's a painting of just a bunch of splotches of colors. Everybody can see that painting and see something completely different.
Interpret it in different ways, you know.
Exactly, because
But
actual life in itself is a portrait
yeah,
made of different splotches of paint that everybody sees different things with.
exactly. That's why I really love like the arts, music, writing, just visual art, etc. Because I feel like we're all interpreting what we're seeing in different ways, and there's just like an infinite amount of possibilities that you can get from it, and you can see the same thing, and a dozen people can interpret it a dozen different ways. So I think that's really cool to just take all the different random colors and whatever, like you said, that people are seeing, and put them together and make something new out of it, and just talk about what you're seeing, So
Exactly. Yeah. And see, and like I cannot stand when people judge people before they get to know them. Like, okay, I get it. Like when you're, especially when you're in a relationship or whatever, where you're meeting somebody, you can kind of already making it a little interpretation. You don't have any information about them, but you can already kind of interpret just by the way they look. But dude, looks can be very deceiving. Like they can look like a monster and be the sweetest person on the fucking planet, or
yeah,
they could look like Nick, a really cool looking dude, super nice and everything, and turn out to be not okay. No, wait. Let me rephrase because my
yeah.
drunk mind
I
just.
love I love all the comparisons you're making to me about me in this episode. Yeah, you're generous, but Harry is better. Oh yeah, you can
No,
look like Nick
no,
is
that's
a
not
serial
what I'm
killer.
saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. No, Nick, you're a great dude. Really, you are.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh yeah. Um, but fucking Harry's over here just bending his elbows in his shirt, just making it look like he has little nubs.
Um,
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, no, like, I mean, you can look like the sweetest guy, super cool and nice, but you can, your personality can be your complete
I thought there was
jackass.
no coaches. I
What?
thought there was no coaches. I dropped it.
That out of context would sound so bad.
all I
Dropped it.
is something about Coke and I dropped it.
But
No,
yeah,
Oh,
I tried to do this, and then I dropped it.
yeah. Well, I mean, the viewers can't see, but yeah. Basically, guys, the whole moral of this little thing is, get to know people first before you start whatever. And even if your beliefs hinder you from liking somebody because of something, erase that from your mind and really look at the reality of it. Because seriously, if you actually get to know somebody, whether they're gay, different race, whatever the hell, you might actually end up liking the person because it's the personality that matters, not what their preferences are or what they believe in. That shit, I'm sorry to say, but I'm gonna just lay it out realistically. That shit is a psychological manipulation, just like the rest of society. I'm just gonna say that right now. And if I offended people, maybe you need to get yourself check.
yeah.
Because like love is the only language in this world. Do not forget that.
Nothing to
Put your beliefs and shit aside. I don't you can believe in whatever the hell you want to believe. I don't care. You do you, man. Whatever makes you happy, you go for it. That's on you. I will not judge you for what you believe in. That you do you. If it makes you happy, cool.
You and
I'll still hang out with you.
you and I are on the same wavelength because I was just thinking about this earlier today.
See?
uh,
Exactly.
but yeah, I was thinking about how, like as a Christian myself, there's a lot of stuff that most people think is okay or fine that I don't agree with, and in the same way, there's a lot of stuff that I think is fine that other people might not agree with or they think is weird or whatever.
Exactly.
But I still think it's very important to always love the person regardless of what they believe in or you believe in. Perfect example is my Aunt Lisa, who I love with all my heart, and she's gay. And as a Christian, I don't really support that, but I love her and I love hanging out with her and stuff. She's a fun, awesome person. And so that's proof, you can get by your differing beliefs, and just love the person inside. And also, I'm always like, if you want to, if to someone who disagrees with me, you want to talk about it with me, that's fine. But if you just want to agree to disagree and just be friends instead, I'm like, that's cool too. Whatever
Exactly.
is best, whatever's comfortable for you, and that's fine to me.
Because our viewpoints do not always define who we are.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, religion, that's a big one too. Like, I don't care if you're Buddhist, Christian, fucking Catholic. I don't care. As long as you're a cool person, as long as you are a decent human being, we'll be fine.
Exactly.
I do not care. It's
And
seriously, I'm
when
accepting of
yeah.
everybody.
And when that also brings up sort of something that tends to bug me a lot is that a lot of people say, I don't want to like call anyone out, but a lot of people say that they are something or that they believe in something, and then they act like a jerk and totally opposite to what they say they believe in, and
Right,
then that makes the rest of us look like like bad people. If I
right.
had a dime for every time I saw someone on the internet who was like, "Yo, I'm a Christian. F all of y'all's. You're going to hell." I'd be rich, and I'm just like, what? What is wrong with you people? Like, do you not even know what Christianity is? We would never act like that. This person is either an idiot who doesn't know what Christianity is, or they're a jerk who wants to make Christians look bad. And then that's why I get afraid to tell people. So I feel like physically nervous to tell people what I believe in sometimes because I'm afraid that they're going to get mad at me and be like, "Oh, yeah, I met one of you the other day. You guys are a bunch of jerks or something." So I hate when people go out and just like they give the rest of us a bad name, if you will. And that could apply to any group of people, religion, politics, your belief system, whatever. So it just keeps going with that idea of don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a whole group of people based on one or two bad ones that you met. And get to know each person individually and then make your own judgments that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah.
Um, but unfortunately, it is time to end the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys all so much for listening, and thank you, Harry, or yeah, Harry and Nick for joining this. Um, I hope you guys are able to like connect with this and really think about because if your viewpoints are not like that, you need to get yourself checked. I mean, like, okay, I get it. Nobody's perfect. I stand by that too. There's not a single person on this planet that is perfect. I'm not perfect. I've had some shit happen to me. Everybody has. But yeah, no, share your experiences and all that stuff in the comments. I'd be interested to see and whatever. And as I had mentioned in the very beginning of this, we are also building a Discord server. So if you're interested in that, you can join that when everything's ready and set to go. So thanks for listening. Really appreciate you guys. And yeah, thanks again, Nick and Harry, for joining this. And you guys have an amazing day or
I'm
night,
pretty much
whatever it
out
is.
against my will.
Have a good one, everybody.